Alright, as you can see, I already got my old hot water heater out, but I'll show you what you got to do here real quick. It's real simple. First of all, turn your water off right here. You got two unions on top. You got to take loose. Take those guys loose, and well, actually before you take those loose, turn the water off, then come down here and open that guy up so it can drain. I had a hose on there last night, so it was going straight into my floor drain there, but that will take the pressure out of the tank once you start draining it. And before you take the unions loose, once you start doing that, you could even lift this up there. This is your pressure relief valve, but you can lift that up and it'll let it pull some air so it doesn't create a vacuum, and it'll drain out all the way. But once you know you don't have any pressure, then take your unions loose, go to your main panel and shut your breaker off, and you can see that this was wired into right here. So you just take this cover off, go in there, take the wire nuts off, and take all that loose and pull it apart. So pretty easy. It took me like, I don't know, it's about 7 minutes to do all that. The other thing I did was I pulled my pressure relief valve overflow tube apart, got it off of there. The new tank should have one of these, so I'm just going to let that one, we're just going to trash that one with the rest of the hot water heater. It's going to the scrap yard. This is good scrap metal here. So now we'll go get the other one and get it installed. Alright, so we got the old hot water heater outside, and here's a new one in the box. So let's bust this baby open and see what we got. Hopefully it's the same one I saw sitting on the shelf. Wouldn't surprise me if it's not, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think the guy told me wrong. I sure hope he didn't. I'm pretty sure he told me I need males. Needed females, and look at that, that's males. Let's go see what we got. Ah, crap, that's gonna ruin the whole program. Yep, look at that, I got males. Son of a bitch. God dang it. Alright, so here's reason number 15 why Lowe's pisses me off today. I asked the guy, I said, what type of connections on top? I said, do I need male or female unions? Oh, you need the male-ended ones. I go, you sure? I said, I don't need to open that box and look. He goes, yeah, I'm positive. So look, I got the male union. Look what's on the top of the frickin' hot water heater. Are you kidding me? Now I gotta frickin' drive 30 miles back up there to get the right frickin' parts. Jesus. Alright guys, I had some time to chill out, and we're going to get back to it. I sent the wife back to Lowe's, because it's probably better if she goes up there at this point to get the right parts for me. And while she's doing that, I got to redo the pressure relief valve, because my old one, it was on the top and came over the side over by the drain. Well, this one is in the side over here, so I'm replumbing it because I don't want it to shoot just straight down, because I'm afraid if it does actually actuate, that I got my finished part of my basement over here, so I'm going to go down and then over and at least aim it in the general direction of the drain. So we're doing that with copper. Just a couple things when you're doing copper. Okay, on the pipe, make sure after you cut it, use some emery cloth and clean it really good. Same thing with any of the fittings that you use. Okay, I got the brushes that I use, and they even make a brush that goes over the pipe too that works good too. But clean these until they are shiny as can be, because that is the #1 problem that people have when they sweat fittings, is that they don't clean them good enough. So once you think they're clean them a little bit more, because that's how you're going to get the best sweat on your fittings. So we get them cleaned up. We got our flux over there. We'll put a little flux on there. And then I like using MAP gas because it heats up so much faster. And I actually have a lot better success with doing plumbing when I'm using MAP gas. It just seems to work so much better. I'm not by far an experienced plumber, but I know what I'm doing. I put my my water softener in over there, and I added the bathroom, and they had some plumbing in and stuff over there. And yeah, it's probably not 100% as pretty as it would have been by a professional, because they know all the tricks and stuff, but all my sweat fittings are holding, and I know it's because I cleaned my fittings, and I had a lot better luck using MAPP gas. The other thing we're going to do today is I'm going to replace this this turn valve with just a 90 with a ball valve, just one of these, because these always seem to frickin' leak. So while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and replace it with that. So since this is the cold water side, we're going to have to shut the water off to the house, drain it down, and then we'll sweat these off. I'll have to move my my bonding lines. I'll probably move them up high. But the other important thing when you're doing plumbing is make sure if you're doing you know, like renovation or whatever, make sure that your pipe is dry, because all it takes is a little steam, and steam expands, or water expands like 10,000 times when it turns to steam. So what that does is if I start sweating a fitting and I got a little moisture in here, and that heat's going to travel all the way up here, it's going to create steam, which is going to create pressure where I'm trying to sweat, and it's going to push the solder out, and I won't get a good sweat. So make sure your pipes are dry. One little trick that I learned from an old plumber too is, like, here I'm all the way in my basement. If I keep having problems with water coming down, take some white bread and ball it up and just cram it up in there, and then while you're doing all that, it'll keep the moisture up high out of your way. And then when you're done, you just turn the water on, and the white bread just basically disintegrates and goes through your system. So anyway, that's the other thing we're doing while we're waiting for parts, so I'm going to work on that. Alright, so check it out. The wife got the right fittings. The FIP fittings. I needed female, so we got them. So we're going to put a little Teflon tape around these guys, and then put those on there. Alright, so we got our unions on, got our shutoff installed. Big thing to watch when you're hooking this up. See, we got a C for cold and an H for hot. So make sure you get those on the right pipes. Get them tight. And what we're doing now is I'm filling everything up to make sure I don't have any leaks. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and wire it up. Our breaker's still off. I double checked. And here's our wires. But look, what's this, you might say? We got a black and a red here, and a black and a white here. Well, black goes to black, white goes to red, and ground goes to ground. So now we're going to get that hooked up. Alright, we got her all wired up. We got everything set. And it doesn't appear that we have any leaks. Looks good, so let's go back here and turn our main breaker on for the water heater. Here's my water heater. Turn her on. And let's go back here and see what we got. Oh, yep. Let's remove our protective covering. And it's set to 120 degrees. It's set on Energy Smart. And that should be all I have to do. So I know it's got a vacation button. You can set it how many days you're going to be gone. You can go to standard, which runs just like a normal hot water heater. Here's how you adjust the temperatures. So, yep, that's pretty much it. I think we're good to go. I'm going to still got to finish this, my relief valve. I wanted to finish everything else first, but I got some 3/4 inch flexible copper pipe that I think down in the bottom. I'm going to hook it into that 90, and I'm going to wrap it right around the edge of the hot water heater and bring it back here, and then just match it up with that. I think that'll look alright. So there you go. I mean, it was a frustrating day at Lowe's, but I got my hot water heater in, and my wife should be happy.